Well, hello. Hello, hockey fans. We look forward to this game. A Pittsburgh Hockey Club 6 straight years without a playoff appearance. Up and coming in the autumn has translated into down and out every spring, but they may blossom. Bob Myers, the referee, Mark Perry, Pierre Champoux are the linesmen for this encounter. The goaltending, Mike Vernon, as Grant Pollock mentioned to you, getting the start for Calgary. 3 wins, no losses, couple of ties. And at the other end of the ice, it's Steve Gannett, who's been very tough primarily in this rink, and we're set to go with Quinn at center, Frawley and Cunnyworth the wingers against Gilmore, Patterson, and Mullen. I'll talk to you about the deletions in the game very shortly, but right away, Calgary going to the attack. Loose puck out in front. Gannett with a big save off Mullen. What a chance he had from point-blank range. Pittsburgh starting off a little sloppily in their own zone as Mullen got behind the defense. Another jam-packed crowd here. Boy, they love their Penguins in Pittsburgh, Scotty Bowman.
Yes, and not starting Lemieux in the starting lineup, but we saw there where Gilmore tied up the 2 defensemen. A big save for Gannett, the young goalie for the Penguins.
Now, speaking of good saves, Vernon had to be alert off the blast from near the top of the circle by Danny Quinn, the former Flame, now a member of the Penguins.
Well, there's a look at Mike Vernon, off to a fine start this season. Got a rest in Philadelphia, and that always picks up the club when the backup Rick Walmsley came in and won that game in overtime. Wasn't really as busy as I thought he might be. The Flames playing tough defense, giving up about 23 shots per game this year. That will help any goaltender, and Vernon undefeated thus far.
Calgary, of course, is unbeaten in 6 games. Pittsburgh unbeaten at home this season, and there's the big man Lemieux. Back to the point, the shot knocked down out in front. Airy missed the open net, scramble at the other side of the net, and there's immediate pressure by that combination of Lemieux, Brown, and Airy.
Well, there's a look at the chance. I mean, you see, I think it was Brown. He just can't believe that he couldn't convert that pass. As Lemieux got the draw right back, right off the, here's the good chance. It's Airy that opened net, but give Vernon credit. He didn't, there's a rebound by Brown. He was upset on the rebound, but Vernon threw his stick at that shot by Airy, who didn't get it up. A big face-off for Lemieux, right back to Siren. Good shot on goal, but Flames must clear those rebounds out of their head.
And of course, Lemieux will see a lot of ice time. Zalapski at the point. The shot trickled through and past the net. Calgary getting organized now. McInnes, the long pass goes all the way down the ice. A chase for it there, and the Flames are called for icing. 1 minute gone. Some great action in those 60 seconds. Pittsburgh already 3 shots on goal. Calgary 1, and that was the blast by Mullen from close range. Charlie Zalapski, 3 years with the Olympic team in Canada, and of course at the Saddledome. Cleared it into the Calgary zone, and then it was knocked inadvertently into the players' box of the Calgary Flames.
Well, Crispy had Otto and Berezan. There's a look at Terry Crispin. Had the 2 centermen out against Lemieux, and Otto went on his backhand. Lemieux likes to take those face-offs on the left-hand side onto his forehand. But on that one there, Otto got the edge and put it on the boards. Flames recovered and got it out.
Wonderful break for Airy to be playing on the left side, number 12. Last year played only 17 games, had a broken wrist in the exhibition season. He's playing well. Brown just missed that setup. Former Kamloops Blazer. Puck is off the boards, past Siren. Couldn't hold it in, comes into the center ice area. Calgary has sat down again. Natras, McDonald, and Sherla, precisely the threesome that were eliminated in the Philadelphia game, which Calgary won, as you know, in overtime. Back into center ice for Dykstra. He's stripped of the puck. There's the shot by Tim Hunter. Wide, goes into the mesh behind the net. A scramble for it there. Berezan trying to get at it, and it's knocked back into Calgary territory. Brown chasing McInnes. McCown along the boards. Brown goes down. I wasn't looking precisely, did you? But Brown is down.
Well, really what happened, McInnes was close to him. I did not see, although Brown took McInnes heavily in the boards about 20 seconds before this incident. I don't think there's McInnes out at the faceoff circle. The referee did look back. Bob Myers looked back and had a look at the play. We were all concentrating going up ice. There's a look at Terry Crisp and Tom Watt behind the bench. And I think from the standpoint, here's the play here now. There's the little jab by McInnes on Brown. It looked kind of innocent enough, but he definitely hit him with the stick. Although the referee, I think what he did, he went with the flow of the play, Ed, looked back quickly, but the incident was really over. He's conferred with the two linesmen. I doubt if anything's going to happen, however.
As you say, it looked innocent enough.
And the Flames' strategy going against Lemieux, the Lemieux-Brown area line leading the league in just about everything. But the Flame strategy, I'm sure, on Lemieux, there's no one Flame who is going to draw the job of really shadowing him. I think you have to be aware he will play at least 30 minutes of this game. The Flames have to be aware, all 5 skaters have to be aware when it's even strength where Lemieux is on the ice and put the pressure on each other rather than just one individual. And I think after talking with the Flames coaches today, they're going to try to go with at least 2 or 3 different sentiment, give them a taste of offense, give them a taste of defense, and give them a taste of size, which they can have in fellas like Gilmore, Herdina, Otto, and Nieuwendyk at center.
All right, he's getting up. Young man who was the major player of the year when he was with the Kamloops Blazers in all of Canada. Well, Brown's under his own power going off the ice. He was a 4th-round pick in '86, and considering he had 212 points the year before, I was surprised he lasted that long.
Yes, only because of his size. A lot of teams didn't want to take that extra gamble. Penguins did, and they have a good one in them.
We're just past the 2-minute mark of the period. That thing was wholly accidental. No penalty call at all. Along the boards, overskated. Now Calgary coming back to the attack. Mark Hunter, he's been hot lately. 4 goals, 2 games, cuts in, got it up the side of the net, and Gannett kicked it aside. Back comes Callender, put it into center ice, and there's some heavy going on the boards here early in the game. Merzen up on the wing, taken out by Callender momentarily, cleared into Pittsburgh territory. Trying to get out of their own end, and the puck is deflected high into the air, into the crowd, and play is stopped, of course.
Besides Lemieux, the Penguins have really worked on their defense, and there's Mark Hunter with those 4 power play goals. Started very slowly, but has really come on. Now tied for the goal lead with 5, and when you look at the Flames, their power play with Hunter having the 4 goals, and you know, Ed, it's been spread out though. You got Mullen with 2, you got Nieuwendyk with 2, and you know, it's good to have 8 or 9 guys that can get in on that power play. And I think one thing from the Penguins, I've mentioned, their defense is missing Doug Bodger, but they still have fellas like Zalapsky and Coffey, Cern, and Johnson, a pretty solid defense.
Behind the net, Coffey. Missing from the Pittsburgh lineup are Wendell Young, the goaltender, Doug Bodger, Jay Caulfield, and Dave Hannon. They're all injured. Not severely, any of them. Behind his own net, McCrimmon lost possession of the puck momentarily. Came into the slot area. Here's Quinn turning, trying to get the shot other side. Frawley just missed, and Luke turns back, but Frawley was pulled down, and I believe it's McCrimmon who will be penalized.
Well, I think he signaled at the goalkeeper.
Did he? From Pittsburgh, this is your Molson Hockey Telecast. Where's the penalty clock? Well, they'll short on there. Yeah, it is.
McCrimmon backing up, intercepting the pass right in the goal mouth. Vernon caught here for a little slash. There it is there, a little trip after McCrimmon had made a good play. Looks like Poplinski's serving the penalty.
Now we'll have a look at the Pittsburgh power play. They're ranking 2nd right now in the entire National Hockey League, and it's obvious the kind of power they've got up front. Here's Quinn. Quinn streaking to center, got it to Rob Brown. Brown is okay, obviously. Behind the net, taken by McInnes, fired the length of the ice. One of the enigmas for Pittsburgh is the fact they don't want to take many penalties. Their penalty killing is atrocious.
And I thought the Flames stayed out of penalty killing the other night against Flyers. It was a big edge for them.
Quinn Being handled by McInnes. Mullen gets the puck, drives it high in the air, down the ice once again to relieve some of the pressure. There's a minute 15 left on the penalty to Vernon.
Pittsburgh will work Coffey and Lemieux on the same side, on the left side, on the attacking zone. Makes it awful difficult for the high forward.
Gilmore doing some high checking as a forward in the opposition zone. Gets back quickly, and it's offside at the blue line.
There's a look at the Pittsburgh power play with a minute gone. Really haven't been able to get much going with the Flames. Been able to get that puck down the ice, and Danny Quinn, of course, coming over in that Bullard deal, and now it looks like you may have to compare him to a fellow like Doug Gilmore, who's been the result of Bullard going. There's a quick look at Gene Ubriaco, a career minor league coach, getting his shot at 50 years of age with the Penguins, and did a good job in the American League with Baltimore.
98 coaching changes in 10 years in the National Hockey League. I don't know if that's a break or not, but really, I'm kidding. Along the boards, Cunneyworth couldn't get over the blue line. 40 seconds left now. They set up shot, goes around behind the net. Pittsburgh with control of the puck. Got it back to the line. Coffey's shot is driven high, goes to the corner. Cunneyworth gets it back to the point to Bourque. Again into the corner to Callender. To Cunneyworth, tried to set up Callender, and it's batted the length of the ice again.
Flames box moving well. Berezan and Luke went in and then came back out.
Over the line now. Callender is bumped. Puck gets away momentarily. Comes over to Cunneyworth into the slot area. Knocked to the line. Coffey going in deep. Takes the shot, and it's grabbed off.
A pretty good look at the quick shot of Coffey as he got around Suter. Suter had him played him well, but Coffey can wrist it with the best, and Vernon picked it off, concentrating. He usually knows with Coffey, he averages 4 shots per game. With Lemieux's 5, that's 9 shots out of their 30 that they've been averaging. Watch Coffey release it quickly here, and right on the glove side, Vernon concentrating. It wasn't screened, but Suter did the best thing, keep Coffey on the outside. But you know that Coffey, he shoots more than any defenseman in this league. Of course, he scores more than them all as well.
5 seconds left on the penalty to Vernon. Being served by Poplinski. Puck is knocked to the corner. McInnes is there, drives it off the boards. That'll do it. And Calgary is back to full strength. Gannett leaving it behind his own net. We're just past the 5-minute mark of the opening period. There's no score. Huge crowd here at the Civic Arena in Pittsburgh. They love their hockey. Otto going to the corner. He was a doubtful starter. Looks strong. Puck is at the side of the net. Otto trying to sweep it in. It's taken away from him by Dykstra. And the Pens come back into center. Dykstra trying to set up Lemieux. Couldn't do so. Has to retreat to recover the puck. Otto wrenched his knee in Philadelphia. He was a doubtful starter, but he says he's fine. He's taped up, and they need his size probably against a man like Lemieux. Long lead pass intended for Lemieux was past him. Ramage going behind the net. Lemieux all over him. Berezan clears to the opposite side, and Murzin starts back for Calgary. Big Dana Murzin played pretty well in Philadelphia. They want to see him develop, don't they?
I thought it was his best game this year. He was standing up, handling the puck very well.
Here's Erie, side of the net, trying to put it across the goal mouth, and it trickled across that mouth, but there was nobody there. Back comes Berezan. Great hockey here in the early going. Hunter going to the corner along with Johnson. They thump and bump on the boards. Back to the line. It's driven back in, and Hunter was trapped in the opposition zone. You're watching the Flames on 2 and 7. Chicago leading Quebec 1-0. That was Steve Larmer scoring, and not many good things have been happening for the Blackhawks thus far this season. They hope to at least begin to turn it around tonight against Les Nordiques. Back to the line. Puck is stolen by Mullen. Got it to an open wing. Patterson takes a shot. Delayed penalty coming up against Pittsburgh. Put out in front of the net, and Gannett grabs it off. And now you're going to see the Calgary power play.
Tripping on Kachowski. The Penguins had their fourth line out there. Busquets has been moved up from defense on the right side with John Cullen and Kachowski. Here's the trip. It's on Joey Mullen, the puck carrier. Anytime you trip a puck carrier, you're going to go right to the box. And now the Flames get a chance against a really inept penalty-killing crew. They've given up already 15 goals. And now with the Flames 14 power play goals, 15 goals shorthanded against Pittsburgh thus far this year. I think they were 19th a year ago.
Face-off is to the right. That's Loney. Puck comes back to the line. Suter setting it up, takes the shot, gets it to Lube. Back to Suter, takes the shot, went off a leg wide. Back to the line of McInnes. Suter looking. Lube grabs it. Lube circling in the corner, nobody challenging. Back to the line to Suter, over to McInnes. Takes the shot again off an ankle. Millendijk got it around to Lube. Pittsburgh beginning to chase the puck. There's the long drive by Suter over top the net. Pittsburgh having trouble clearing. They just can't get it out of that zone. Gilmore got it to Millendijk, back to McInnes. McInnes to Suter. Suter getting set to McInnes. Takes the shot. And it was knocked aside. I think Gannett got a piece of that one. Back again to McInnes. The shot deflected out in front, and Gannett has the puck.
The Flames have been able to establish that shot from the high slot. Both Suter and McInnes have been able to get right to the middle of the rink. And anytime you get it there, you want to shoot it. Here's the good shot by McInnes. Watch this. Really not much of a screen. If somebody could have got about 5 feet over in front, Nieuwendyk was hoping to get that rebound. But here's Suter, and right dead center. Anytime McInnes gets the puck in that area, you're going to have a pretty good chance. That puck ticked off a Penguin I think it was the high man, and then it seemed to hit somebody in front. But McInnes is shooting tonight.
1 minute left, 1 minute 5 seconds on the penalty to Pittsburgh. McInnes along the boards. Gannett comes out. He fanned on his clearing attempt. Hrdina got it back to the line. Comes over to Suter. The shot. Loose puck. Hrdina couldn't quite get it there. And the puck is cleared down the ice, much to the delight of the capacity audience. 40 seconds left in the penalty. Suter starting it off. Got it up into the center ice area. Hrdina going wide. Hrdina in the corner. Had the puck stripped away. Mullen gets it back to Suter. He broke his stick on the play. Here's Lemieux. One man back. McInnes all over him. Lemieux. And there's, of course, going to be a penalty there, but what do you do?
Well, the way Lemieux goes in on those breakaways, he seemed to get the jump after Suter broke his stick on the power play. And I think against Lemieux, it's pretty certain that it's going to be about a 90% chance he's going to score on a breakaway. So I would say on a play like that, Mark Hunter got back. He's drawing the penalty on Lemieux with only 18 seconds left. But watch Lemieux start turning it on. I think they got the wrong guy. It's McInnes that pulls him down, and it's Hunter that's in the box. So number
Absolutely.
2 and a 22 in the box. I thought it was McInnes who was back, but nobody's saying anything, although Lemieux's talked to Myers.
I don't. Maybe there's strategy there. Hunter goes into the box. I don't know.
I think from the Flames position, you only have 6 defensemen dressed.
Yep.
You never know how these penalties work. You'd rather have a defenseman resting on the bench than resting in the penalty box in case they want to come back with the second half of the penalty killing. Although McInnes did play about a minute and 42 seconds on the power play.
Well, if Mark Hunter misses the Lady Byng by 2 minutes or so on the penalty column, he'll be a little upset.
There's a look at Rob Ramage, but McInnes, he's happy to be sitting where he is. Hunter didn't say much, knowing it's good strategy. He'll take the rap.
Face-off is to the right. 18 seconds left on the penalty to Pittsburgh. Puck comes to Otto. He starts it off for McCowan in center. McCowan takes the long drive. Gannett stops it there. Put it on the wing, intended for Quinn. Has trouble handling the puck. Now it's back into the center ice area, and Pittsburgh, for a minute and 40 seconds, will have the man advantage.
Crowd getting a little impatient just as they get on the power play. They don't like this passing in their own zone.
Puck is taken away by McCrimmon. Down the ice it goes again, and Pittsburgh having difficulty setting up shop in the opposition zone. Now Coffey will carry, gets it to Lemieux. Lemieux put it into the slot. Fanning on the shot was Brown, got the backhand away, comes to Zalapsky to Coffey, going into the corner to Brown, to Quinn, got it to the corner, scores! Lemieux!
Well, that's where Lemieux takes up shop. It was Joey Mullen. He read the play right, but just couldn't get over in time. Well, watch this pass. Watch Rob Brown now. He'll go in. That was from Coffey. Rob Brown just puts a little pass over on the side. And here's the pass right across. Lemieux just one-times it high up over Vernon as Mullen tries to check him. Here's the pass coming right across. Boy, what a pass and what a shot. Danny Quinn threw that puck right in front. But Lemieux was able to hide behind Mullen, who knew the play was coming and couldn't do much about it. That's even more frustrating.
Quinn and Brown drawing assists on the goal, a power play effort. And meantime, Vernon has to act very quickly. Pittsburgh coming on the attack.
Goal number 14, as we see, 70 goal. Goal number 14, Ed, 70 a year ago, and where he takes up shop on that power play on the off wing. You saw how quick the reflexes were, got it up high over Vernon. A great shot.
Some talk in Pittsburgh that the man can score 100 goals this season. Can't argue at the present time. What a start. Now it's along the boards for Bork. Bork going behind the net, put it into the slot. Down the ice. Pittsburgh really inflamed with that goal by Lemieux. They're going to work. Calgary coming back. Poplinski's shot, their pass rather, goes awry. It's knocked down by Bork. Bork takes the shot. Vernon loves that one aside with relative ease. Then he gets tied up behind the net with Loney. Ramage starting off in his own zone. 1-0. Pittsburgh Penguins over the Calgary Flames. Pittsburgh really playing check, check, check.
And you know, it was Lemieux's big individual effort that drew that penalty.
Coffey's shot is deflected high into the crowd.
You see the value as it turns up. He's out killing a penalty. The Flames are on the power play. He goes on the attack, forces the Flames to draw a penalty, and then ends up on the penalty scoring the power play goal. So you put them in order and you see the value of a Mario Lemieux. And I often feel you pretty well have to play him head on if you're in a short-handed situation. But now with the addition this year full time of Zardy Zalapsky, he goes with Coffey on the point, and you have Quinn and Brown, two sharpshooters up front. Pretty tough power play to defense.
They can never get their defensive coordination together. Penalty killing, questionable goaltending. They could be quite a power.
Well, they're looking for Steve Gannett. You know, he had a decent year ending last year. He won 12 out of 19 games with this club after a great year in the IHL. So I think they're trying to go with him as much as they can.
Well, he's undefeated this year in his 3 starts. Calgary hoping to put an end to that. The puck was deflected at the line, and that made the play offside. Just past the halfway mark of the opening period, Pittsburgh leads 1-0.
I've always said you're on the road, and you really have to be so careful in a tough rink like Pittsburgh that can get the crowd charged up. Early penalties, and that was a factor against Philadelphia. They did not have to take those early penalties. Thus far, halfway through the first period, 2 penalties to the Flames, and the Penguins scoring on the second power play of theirs.
Lemieux, of course, has just turned 23, so he's got 5 years age-wise on Gretzky, nearly 5. Gretzky will be 28 in January. Going to be interesting to see that young man go, and here he goes now. Lemieux slipping it to Erie, just knocked away at the last moment by McInnes. Brown joins him along the boards. Here's McCown trying to get his way past Erie, and Vernon elects to hold the puck at the side of the net, and then we've got a little joust going.
It looks like he's fingered McInnes for 1 penalty, although he had both hands moving. It was right beside the goal mouth as they're pushing McInnes away, and I don't know if that Lemieux's incensed about something, and we had the first altercation with McInnes and Brown a few minutes ago, and somebody else taking exception to Brown.
Mark Hunter wants to get in there and get into action. He's been very feisty for this club since he's joined them from St. Louis. Precisely what they wanted out of a right winger. So, a trade, but just a minute, we're almost getting something going again. And Hunter is really enraged about something or other. Gets spun around by an official and then knocked down. Crowd loves that. I don't think Mark Hunter is very charmed.
Well, you know, I don't know if it's a place for a linesman to really be antagonizing Hunter. I mean, I'm not saying he can't do his job, but when he flings him to the ice, trouble could brew here.
Well, trouble is brewing, and the Penguins continue to lead by 1.
Mark Hunter is there. Dykstra he's been sent to the dressing room of Pittsburgh. He was in the penalty box, but here's Perry. Mark Perry's got a look at a hold of Hunter. Now, as they get to there just flings him down, and Hunter may be trying to get away from Perry, but hit the ice and got a big charge from the crowd.
Well, they're still trying to separate this issue. Mark Hunter's being sent to the dressing room.
Well, Brown is in the box for the Penguins. We know Dykstra's gone to the dressing room as well as Hunter. Here's Perry talking with, is it Joe Nieuwendyk? Otto's also going in.
Otto's being... Now, it could be misconduct because we've got 8:56 remaining in the period. But the margin in penalties apparently will go to Calgary with McInnes getting the 2-minute.
I think that's what he was calling the initial right beside the goal. McInnes got a little bit of a jab in after the whistle, and then everything kind of broke loose. Hunter was incensed. I think Brown kind of jabbed at somebody because he's the only player of the altercation. Actually, there was 2 from each side that hasn't gone to the dressing room. Now with Dykstra gone for the Penguins, Otto and Hunter into the dressing room for the Flames, I'm sure you'll see misconduct assessed here.
In which case, of course, they would be back for the second period. The officials still talk it over with Lemieux.
Well, that's what you get when you're on top of the scoring. You know, you also get a little bit extra. Here's the penalties.
2 minutes for roughing. Number 22, Mark Hunter, 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. Number 29, Joel Otto, a 10-minute misconduct. Pittsburgh penalties. Number 44, Rob Brown, 2 minutes for roughing. And number 22, Steve Dykstra, a 10-minute misconduct. Time of the penalties, 11:04. McInnes, 2 for roughing.
Well, there you go, and it's
Hunter,
precisely what we thought it would be. And again, Pittsburgh will look for the power play. You know, I was thinking as I came to the rink today, you look at a man like Lemieux, and I was thinking, I thought we'd never see another Gretzky for decades to come. And this man has all the potential to be there.
Well, here's the play right here. You're right, Ed. And just a little bit of a push. It was Otto that pushed initially. And I'm not sure if it was the elbow of McInnes as he goes down. And from there on, it was just a little bit of pushing and shoving. Myers choosing to go the misconduct route. And you're right. Lemieux was drafted in '84. The team drew 273,000 fans. There'll be well over 600,000 fans since this year. And that tells you what Lemieux's done.
Superstar, it's called. This is his 300th game tonight. It's 1-0. And on the attack, Zarley Zalapski, double Z as they call him down here, goes behind the net now. Attempt at the slot area. Here's Lube chasing a loose puck. 3 of the Penguins in pursuit. The shot, and it's wide. And there's a penalty coming up here.
Well, it looked like Lube was going to be in clear. Only Coffey might have caught him, but Berezan was able to get interference on Coffey. And Coffey is even claiming that his stick caught up. Here's a look at Lube now. He's in. He's thinking shoot all the way. Went for the high side. But a penalty on Berezan.
You're watching the Flames on 2-7. Just don't score, please. it. We pick up the play. Calgary 2 men short. Boy, trouble here. Lemieux, it's in the Calgary zone. Back to the line. Coffee shot. Score!